So in this video, I'm going to fly through the corrections for the homework that I've given you for Easter. So it's up to yourselves if you want to kind of flick through and just check the answers. I'll try to explain a little bit as I'm going through, but if you have any questions, let me know. So the first one is page 148, question 8. So we need to integrate, and we're integrating between 9 and 1. We have Freyv-Karnik x dx. So first of all, without integrating, I'm going to rewrite this as x star of half. So now that I'm integrating, we add 1 onto the power, so that gives me 3 over 2. Divide by the new power, so it's divided by 3 over 2. I'm going to add in the c here, but I'm going to explain why usually in this question we don't need to add in the c at this stage. So just to tidy that up a little bit, that's actually 2 over 3 by x to the power 3 over 2. But really when you're substituting in, as long as you substitute in, you're going to get the same answer anyway. So I haven't done anything with the 9 and the 1 yet. So next I'm substituting a 9 in for x. So it's 2 over 3 multiplied by 9 to the power of 3 over 2. And I have minus 2 over 3 by 1 to the power of 3 over 2. So the reason why we don't need to include c when we have intervals is because if I had included c, like here, on my next one, just going down here, I would have substituted in 9 and I would have had plus c, substituted in 1 and I would have had plus c, and then on the next line I would have had plus c and minus c, which would have cancelled each other out. And that always happens. So you can include the c and then let them cancel when you substitute in the values, or you can leave it out. So moving on from there, when we fill in our 9, we're going to get 18 for the first bracket. We're going to get minus 2 over 3 for the second. So our solution is going to be 52 over 3. Moving on to question 11. So we're integrating x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x over x dx. So if we were differentiating, we would use our u over v and use our quotient rule. But because we're integrating, we're dividing every single term by the x on the bottom. So this is easy enough to do for this question. So again, I'm not integrating yet, I'm just simplifying. So we have x squared minus 2x plus 4 dx. And now we're integrating. So first term, add 1 to the power, divide by the new one. Add 1, divide by 2, add 1. So again, if we were just integrating at this stage, we'd add on the c, but we know when we're using intervals, they're going to cancel each other out. So substitute in my 2. And substitute in 0. Now, just to note, I could have simplified this as well further, because my 2's will cancel, but it doesn't make any difference. And now when we substitute in 0, we're going to get 0 for the first term, 0 for the second term, and 0 for the third term. So simplifying our first bracket using our calculator or doing it step by step, whatever, we have 20 over 3. So next we have question 14. Really it's the same thing, it's just little things to kind of watch out for, like when we have the Freyv-Karnik x here, everything over Freyv-Karnik x dx. So it's similar to the previous question. I'm dividing every term on the top by the term on the bottom, But the previous one, x cancelled for all of the different terms. Now it doesn't, but we still use the same steps. So again, I'm not integrating. All I'm doing is simplifying. Freiberg x, half Freiberg x, and then Ludicaher half Freiberg x dx. So again, just simplifying. We have 1 minus 4x to the power of minus a half. Now really this is just rules of indices, but we need to be comfortable with them so that we can make these changes without having to think about them too much or without having to go to the log tables for rules or anything else. So now we can integrate. When we integrate 1, we get x. When we integrate x to the power of minus a half, we add 1, so it's going to give us x to the power of a half. And we divide by our new power, so we divide by a half. So again, we can just tidy this up a little bit before substitution. So we have x minus 4 over half is going to give us 8x to the power of a half. So when we substitute in our 16, and we subtract the substitution of our 1. Which will give us minus 16 plus 7, which is minus 9.